So I'll take this one, same website we are using. So copy and paste it in the. So I'll say Heroku app alert test. Okay. So again, I need a before all everything, but so only changes here. So you need to click on JavaScript alerts. So that's the Heroku app. So here you have a JavaScript alerts. So this is the link, you have to click on this. Right? Click on JavaScript alerts link. So in the before each, I'll just change every test before I want to execute that, right? So once I click on that, so it is going to that location here. So this I will verify alerts. So I'll verify alerts URL. That's what I'm changing here. So wait for the alerts URL. Then, so this heading is common. You see div content ID and div class H3. So this is just a hash content div H3. You can just put content div H3 instead of H2. You put a H3. So JavaScript alert header text. JS alert header text. So variable, and then so this value, you get this value, and okay, so that's a before each. Every time you will land and verify here. Now my first test is after each also you just add clear the cookies. First test is test a simple alert. That's it. So give proper name so that easy to recognize your test cases. Okay, and I don't want all these things. Maybe I'm going to use verify message. I'll reuse that. So first I need to click on this, click for JS alert to get this window. So then I need to extract this value. So this result value, get the result value. Okay, so that result value, I'll verify ID is there, result. So verify, there is a verify method. So we don't need this many. We don't need this also. And we verify result. So here you can just give flash instead of flash.
Result.
Result. Get text. So that you have to give this. Successfully clicked on alert, something you will get, right? That. So we'll give that, okay, at the time. So this message, we are looking for that. I will just change that message. Alert result message. Okay. I can call here. So we have successfully clicked an alert. Okay, here first you have to click on simple alert, right? Click for JS alert button is the button. So it's a, you can just start from here, or you can just write with the text. So I'm going to write with the text. Okay, click on JS alert button. So driver dot find element by dot xpath, just // button square bracket array text equal to simple text function dot click, because you are clicking on that. Now you will get the alert. So switch to alert dialog. So when you switch to alert dialog, alert. So alt equal to driver dot switch to method dot alert method. Okay, so that is the one. I switch to alert. Then get the fetch the alert text. The text is so alt dot get text method, you call it on that. Then so handle the alert. Click on OK button. So alt dot accept method. So this is the symbol. After clicking that, you are verifying the message. That's it. Very simple. So the next one, test prompt dialog. So each scenario separate test case you create. A similar code, and I'll just use this. I'll just change. Okay, that's it. Click on prompt, right? This one. Click for prompt. Just give here river class. Okay, so I'm clicking on the JS prompt. Then I'll get a switch to prompt dialog, prompt alert dialog, prompt alert dialog. So I'll just give here MPT and I'm switching to the prompt dialog. See how you are getting. This is the prompt. So you can get this message, you can type here, you can click OK, you can click cancel, whichever you want. So just use the prompt and prompt alert text. So then you type the value, right? Just type the value. So prmpt dot send case method you have to use. So I'm just giving WebDriver. So then you are clicking on OK button. So this is the variable you have to use here also. First time. So now verify the result. So just type it, WebDriver you did, and click on OK. See, you entered WebDriver. So that's the thing you have to. So you enter WebDriver. That's it. Same way, for example, you want to repeat the, so you want to perform the cancel. Okay, you want to perform the cancel. So you can repeat this code. So again, you need to click and reference variable you change. And for this, we don't require. And you type, so different ones, or WebDriver, whatever it is. Now click cancel button. So to click the cancel button, you have to use dismiss. So now you will see what you will get. You type, no problem. Okay, type, then click cancel. See, you entered a null option. You will get. So that's it. Same code you can repeat for the confirmation dialog. Test confirmation dialog. Yeah. So you have to click for JS confirm. Before it was prompt, now it is a confirm. So confirm alert dialog. The code is similar. Okay, the code is similar. So we don't have any these things. You cannot. So you might not have here prompt one. Prompt one you have to use. So if you see here, just you have a message and OK button. So you'll get you clicked OK. So you clicked OK, you will get here. So that is the one. And if you want to, this type is not available. So type action won't be there for confirm. Okay. So that's why I'm just click for JS confirm. Click for JS confirm. So then I'm changing the variable here, dismiss. So once you cancel it, say you click to cancel, you will get it, the result. So it's very simple, 3 test cases, and let's run this. Run as JUnit test case. See, it's very, very fast. So you have to give some wait times to observe that if you want to observe that. I am a JS alert, I am a JS confirm, I am a JS prompt. So that's all about all 3 test cases. Any questions before going for the last one, frames? So we have a reusable methods for these frames. You can use that reusable methods or simply you can write a single statement. So we have how to handle frames. So frames are two types. We have a normal frames and internal frames. Normal frames are represented by frame tag in HTML. Internal frames are represented in HTML by iframe tag. So that's the difference between normal frames and iframe tag, how you can recognize. Basically, these frames are another kind of sub pages. Page inside another nested pages. That's the nested pages you can create with this frame concept. That frames are, so how to handle them, how to switch to those frames. You have already frames here. Let me go to frames. See, you have a nested frames, you have iframe. Okay. So let's go to nested frames. These are all the nested frames. And if you see here, and you have a frame tag here, frame tag. So here is the frame, top frame. This is the top frame. And you have one more frame also. Two frames are here. Can you see here? Frame tag, frame tag. The frame set inside, you have a frame tags. So this frame inside, you have it left to, middle to, right to, that upper portion. And bottom portion, you just have this bottom. That's it. Frame bottom. So I want to get this middle text from this frame. How can you get it? So it generally you think it is a straightforward, right? But content. But you have to switch to this frame, then it is possible to get this text. Without switching, first you have to switch to top frame, then to this child frame. So parent and then child. You have to switch. So you have a ready-made methods already given. So I have created some of them and you can reuse them. So basically you can switch to any frame. This is the code, driver dot switch to method dot frame of frame locator. So how can you switch based on the position? This is the one, driver dot switch to method dot frame of int index. So index based you can switch this frame locator again. So internal frames, these are represented in HTML by iframe tag. So how to handle internal frames? So element iframe equal to, first you identify the iframe. Driver dot find element by dot locator, locator value. So based on the locator, you identify that iframe. So if you go here, even Rediff also has internal frames. So which one? This portion. This section has, so internal frames. Let me show you that. Can you see here? iframe. Only that bar is iframe. Okay. So that maybe take up this an exercise and type here your mutual fund name or company name or anything. You just search here. So I can see TCS. But it is navigating to different page, but just type. Okay. So don't click, just type. So without switching, you cannot type. Okay. So that you should know that. So that XC input type. So you have a name, ID is there. You can just type whether it is typing or not, you can check. Then typed value, you can get it back. So how can you get this typed value? So that also you try it out. So in the edit boxes, you typed it. So typed value, how can you get it? So that I'll show you that also. So let's see these internal frames. Normal frames first, then we'll go for the internal frames. And again, let's try all this a similar approach. because I'll just take only before class, before all, test, after all. That's it. I don't want any before each and after each. I don't want, because I have only one test method. So that's why I don't need this before each and after each. So I'm going to create, copy this and paste it here. So just simply Heroku app frame test. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out, so this before each, and I'll move this entire code to, so here only. So remove this before each. So after each also you don't need. If you want, you can add this cookies thing, even so on the top here itself. No issues. Okay. So now I need to click on this frames, right? Frames link. So you can just give exact name. So the name of link is frames. This is the one. Frames. So once you click on this, see, it will go to next page. This is the one, your URL. You verify that URL. So then this heading, if you want to verify, keep that same H3, content div H3. So content div H3. So that's the same. Or I can give here frame header text. You can put frame header text. So just to give frame, just comparing. Asset equals we are using. So that asset equals, even asset true also I used in the one of the examples. Next. Yeah, once I reach here and I can go to my test case. Test a simple test frame. Nested frames. So basically I'm taking a frame test. So you click on nested frames link. Okay. So nested frames link. Click on nested frames link. Maybe I can use this also. See, I can write XPath also, right? So once you landed, you clicked on this and it will go to next page. Maybe you can verify this. Wait for the URL, okay? So wait dot until expected conditions dot URL contains. The URL address bar URL should contain this value. So once that is done, I need to get the number of frames. How can you get a total number of frames? Let's see. I don't need this. And fetch total number of frames. The web page. How can you get that? List web element. So frame list equal to driver dot find elements by dot tag name just a frame tag. So how many frame tags are there? All will come and store in this list collection. So import the list. That's how to fetch multiple frames. And again, for example, see, you reached here, but this is the top frame. You can see in the frame set, you have 2 frames. Those 2 frames I'm getting into this list collection. If you want, you can just print those size frames in the page. So frame list size. So once you get this count, right? Now you need to switch. So you need to switch to first top frame. Top frame is this one. You can you can do that. Directly you can write switch to top frame. How can you do that? Driver dot switch to method dot frame of string locator. That's it. So it will switch to the top frame. Now, so for example, now see in this top frame, you again have 3 more frames. See this? This is the nested frames. Now, if you want, you can get that frame. So total fetch total nested total number of nested frames. Nested
frame on
frames.
top frame and the top frame.
So nested frames in the so now you can just I got all the nested frames. Then I want to switch to this middle frame, right? So this is the middle frame. So you have frame middle. You write switch to middle frame. So what is the code? Driver dot switch to method dot frame of. So the frame name you give. The name locator or ID locator or class locator, whatever you want, you can give here locator also. Now, so I switch to middle frame. Then you get this text. See middle frame. Then you go inside and get this div ID. So we can get it. Sys out. If you don't want to make it very bigger, you can just write string txt equal to driver dot find element by dot id. So just put id value dot get text. So middle text is plus text. Now you want to switch back to normal position. So you need to write a driver dot switch to method dot default content. You have to write a default content to come back from the frame. From this frame to original position, you have to call this line of code. So that's the total test case. we are doing. Okay, this is the normal frames. Okay, otherwise you see I have given a lot of methods here. See, switch to frame. You can just copy paste these methods directly, so it will handle them. See that, switch to frame. So these are overloaded methods. You can see parent and child frame. This method you can use here instead of writing this, first switch to top frame, then switch to this, right? You can write a single method you can call instead of all these lines of code. That's advantage here. I have written a lot of code here. You can use all these methods. You can switch back to default frame. Again, that same line of code is there in this method inside, but we are using try catch blocks. If there is any error, so this will take care. That is the reason. Now run this JUnit test. Something wrong? Yeah. So no such element exception. Unable to locate element button. It's not a button, right? So what is that? It's a tag. So easily we need to catch. You can catch easily. You can see that it is saying no such element exception. With this, you don't have. That's why I try to check after writing, check the XPath which is working or not. So if I don't know what you can do, simply star. Okay, so that's the easiest one. If you don't know the tag name. See, done, right? That's all about this framework. Nested frames. Now, so we have the same way you have here. Just one step, if you go back, iframe is there. See here, this is the iframe. Maybe you can type here and you can do anything. And you can see here, any action you can do. So this is the iframe inside, iframe. Iframe inside, this body is there. Maybe you can clear or you can type, whatever you want, you can do that. So that you try this exercise and so let me know. It's a simple iframe, but iframe you have to identify with this process. You can do web element, you can pass this one. You have to call this method. So web element, frame element. That's it. Other than that, nothing. Remaining all same. No such element exception, stale element reference exception, and exception class. So you just call this method, that's it. So place this method inside your class and this method you call there and just pass the element, this element. This frame, iframe element, ID you can use directly. So in that object identification, how can you do? Driver dot find element by dot. So web element means, so you have to pass web element. How can you get a web element? So driver dot find element by dot locator. Locator value is the web element. So that you can write here. Or you identify on the above driver web element name equal to driver dot find element by dot locator value. Then on that element name you can pass it here. So this parameter type is web element type, web element interface type. So that is the how to handle. So internal frames. Even I have given a lot of exercises also. One more exercise. This also you can try. This also you can try. You type it just and do this also. You can clear this or you can type something. Whatever you want, you can try it out all. Okay. And we're good. So let's get start with the test NG once you're back. Any questions?
Ramesh, in JUnit,
Hmm.
uh, yesterday and today also we are executing the test cases. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
But if you see the test cases, I think the order is not going on, right? It will not execute the order which
Order. So
Hmm.
here we don't have option to mention the order.
Okay, okay.
So that's the problem here. So that's why we are going to use
Hmm.
a test stage.
Okay.
You
Here
can do
there is
order.
no.
There is a, I think in the JUnit 5 they have put order.
Hmm.
So we'll try that. So for example, this is the test case, right?
Hmm.
Think we have to see order equal to 1. Yeah, it's not taking.
Priority check. Okay.
Priority is not there.
Okay. Hmm.
Priority is not there. Priority is, that is,
We can say it is a limit on this, right, Ramesh? If someone
yeah,
asks
it's a
you,
limitation. This is the limitation. So
it
that's
is
what
a
all the limitations are there.
hmm.
So
This is one thing. And second thing, if I don't want to execute that, skip for this case, I can use dismiss or ignore.
no. You can write at the rate disabled.
That disable at the rate
So
disable
this
means
test case
that.
won't execute now.
uh,
See
no.
now this,
Hmm.
so this test case won't execute. Remaining two things will execute from this.
Disabled option I need to give
Mhm.
because there. So in interviews, actually, these questions that they're asking.
Yeah, they will ask this kind of question. So it skipped,
Hmm. Hmm.
but remaining things are why
Hmm.
other two are not executed.
Hmm. Only you can skip the test case, but you cannot you cannot execute in order. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm. You can skip it, but
hmm.
why others are skipping?
If they ask, then how you will handle? That's why we will prefer for test and for
Yeah,
hmm.
test NG we can
Uh,
use.
if there is no scope of like issue with the order, then we can execute J unit also. If you want to go with order like test case 2 depends on test case 1, test case 3 depends on test case 2, it is not the
Yeah.
right option. We can say that.
Yeah, now here you see this is skipped.
Hmm. Hmm.
These two are executed. But disabled, if you give on the top, it is taking all of them skipping.
Yes.
That's not a good idea. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's one not a good idea here. If you
Hmm.
put this test on the top and disabled, all three are skipping.
Okay.
That's not good.
Hmm.
Yeah, so these are the some drawbacks are there. We'll discuss once you join back difference
Hmm.
between JUnit and testing. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks much.
Mhm.